Hello team and welcome back to the channel. So before starting the video, small request, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We upload videos on daily basis. Also summarizing what we did yesterday. So on day 12, we basically used a Java based application, build it using Maven, basically like packaged the application using Maven. Then we performed code quality check using SonarQube tool, and we used another security tool which is known as OS dependency check tool to perform vulnerability scanning, okay, on the application package. So once that was done, then we executed the application and deployed it inside a Tomcat server. Okay, so this is what we have covered till now, and in today's video what we are going to do is basically perform Docker build and push commands. Okay, so the initial plan for that was to use ACR, which is Azure Container Registry, but the problem with that is like I'm using a free subscription. Okay, so using free subscription, there are lots of issues coming while creating a service connection. So to avoid that, what I'm going to do is use a Docker Hub registry, okay, which is publicly available, and we are going to use our Azure DevOps pipelines to build Docker images as well as push the Docker image to that public Docker Hub registry. Okay, so for that also we'll be creating a service connection, but again that won't be an issue now at this point. So that we'll be doing using Azure DevOps, and all the steps that is required you can just follow the video for that. Okay, also if you want to stay updated with the updates about the channel as well as whatever things I'm working on, whatever tools and technology I'm learning these days, so you can just for that you can just join the Telegram channel, whose link will be in the description. Okay, so yeah, so with that being said, let's get started. Okay team, so the plan is to use Azure Container Registry. Let me show you how you can create it. You can go to your portal.azure.com, and here you need to search for container registries. Okay, and when you want to create it, you just click on create. Yeah, it is taking a little bit of time to create. Select your resource group, provide a name as ACR-repo something. Okay, okay, so name you need to provide, location, and just go next, review, create. Okay, okay, so you can see it is like the creation process has started and it is in progress. Okay, so it will take a little bit of time. We can track the progress from here. Deployment is in progress. Okay, so meanwhile it is created now. Okay, so we can access it. You can see the repository is created, and this is the registry, and inside it you could have multiple repositories. Okay, now the problem that I want to show you, since I'm using a free trial subscription. Okay, for example, like I want to add a Docker stage, so I will add this one and installer, because my VM is not having the Docker installed. Okay, so for the authentication part of container registry, basically like you need to click on this manage, and you need to create a service connection. Service connection is a sort of way of authentication. Okay, so for creating service connection, you can click on new service connection and scroll down till you find Docker registry. Click on it, next, and here you need to select Azure Container Registry. Okay, the problem that I face, we are supposed to use service principal and then the subscription will appear, but as you can see I'm using a free subscription and it is not at all appearing. Okay, I tried so many things to fix it, but it did not work. So instead of that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the public Docker Hub repository. Okay, Docker Hub repo. Let me just log into it. Okay, yeah, sign in. Yeah, so we are signed in, right? Okay, so again, like even if we want to use Docker Hub registry, we need to provide the authentication, right? So here for that, what we can do, we can go on manage, and we will create a service connection. As I mentioned, service connection is a way for creating a like connection which will be used for authentication, right? So we'll click on Docker registry next, and here you can see multiple options. So we will go with Docker Hub. Okay, here we will provide the username, then password. Okay, verify. See, verification is successful. Let's provide a name. Okay, and I will grant access to all the pipeline. Now we will click on verify and save. Yeah, so it is verified and service connection is created. Okay, now here if I expand it, we should be able to, let me refresh. You can see new service connection is visible now. Okay, now it is asking container repository. Okay, so here what we should do, we should click on create repository. Let's provide a name as Azure demo-repo. Okay, and we want to keep it as public because we could use only one private, so I'm just going to keep it as public. Okay, click on this. Okay, so we will copy this repo name. Okay, it is possible that we need to use the whole thing, but just to check one time if it works or not, we will just do it this way. Okay, and rest these things you can see the location of Docker file, build context, and tags. Okay, so tag, it usually you can see it goes with build ID. Okay, even if you want to use latest, that also you can do. So I will just go with this one, latest. Okay, click on save and queue, and let's see, and we can track the progress here. The VM is already added as an agent, and you can see lots of failures I saw. Okay, yeah, so checkout complete. Now it is running the maven package command. Yeah, test cases. Yeah, so maven package is successful. Now it will copy the artifacts, and then it will publish the artifact to a drop folder. There are 2 artifacts of jar file. Okay, yeah, so this is also I guess done. Now it is installing Docker. Now we are in build and push. Okay, so some error is there, cannot connect to Docker daemon at so and so is Docker daemon running. Okay, so I guess the issue is that in our VM we have not set up Docker separately. I guess we need to do that. So quickly I will install the Docker separately. Okay, I have the commands already here. So I will just copy and install Docker. Okay, paste, and yeah, okay, a few more commands is pending. We will just execute them as well. Sudo apt get update. See, the thing is, even if you want to use ACR, the process is same, but the only problem that we are stuck with, since we are having a like free subscription, so that is not appearing at all in this during this service connection process, so I'm unable to use that. Okay, so for that reason I'm just going with this one, Docker Hub, which is available and which should not be giving any kinds of any form of problems, I guess. Okay, yeah, so it is installing multiple packages, sorry, unpacking actually. Yeah. Okay, so okay, sudo su. See, So basically these last commands, they are for making sure that you are able to execute Docker commands with other users as well. Okay, so okay, yeah, so this is also done. Let me just execute the last command. Okay, so this is done. So next what we can do, we can re-trigger our pipeline. Okay, branch is same, everything is fine. Let's see now. See, as of now nothing is pushed. It was able to connect but nothing was pushed, so that's what we are going to change. Okay, so Maven stage is completed now. Publishing the artifacts. Okay, so this is also done. Let's see for this. Okay, so you can see now it is able to start building the Docker images. Now let's see if it is able to push or not. Okay, some error is there. Let's see. Requested access to the resources denied. Okay team, so the issue that I found out, it was like the name of the repository that we were supposed to provide was along with the username / which we forgot, and that is why the issue was coming. So now if I queue the job, it should be able to get success as well as push the Docker image to the Docker repository. Okay, so let's see that. See, main target what I'm trying to show here is how you can connect or how you can execute Docker build and push commands through Azure DevOps. Okay, so there could be different kinds of Docker repositories like Docker Hub, Azure Container Registry, or any other, which you just need to basically configure in such a way that it is able to connect from the Azure DevOps, and if the connection is possible, the connection is working fine, then you will be like able to build and push Docker images. Okay, here also you can see it has the building is completed. Now push, it is starting to push the repository, push the Docker image to repository. Yeah, so you can see Docker push is successful and job is in job is also successful now, right? So if I go back here and refresh the page, we should be able to see our Docker image. Yes, here you can see here tag is latest. Okay, now what I want to do is execute this Docker image and create a container so that we can deploy the application inside that container. Okay, so again we will edit our pipeline. Okay, so also, like, since we have already built and pushed the Docker image, so I will just disable this task. Okay, or maybe, yeah, let it be, no issues. Let's add another task which will be bash. Okay, script path. See, there are two options you can see here, file path and inline. That means if you have a script like multiple lines of code, then you can provide the path of that script. But if you are just having simple like few lines which you want to execute, you can just write it inside inline. So what I'm going to write is docker run -d -name will be secret Santa. Okay, and port we have. So for port, let me just check the repository, because we have the Docker file here, and what I have defined 8080 port. Yeah, so I can just provide the -p space 8080:8080, Now we need to provide the Docker image name. So image name we can copy from here itself and just paste it here. Okay, this we can remove. Okay, so now it should be able to execute, and let's see. Also, see, I'm thinking like next time if I want to work with AKS, again the issue will be coming, that is the issue with free subscription, because we may not be able to create the service connection with free subscription. That's a big issue. So we'll figure it out, and let's see. For now, let's see how this works and how our application gets deployed. So build is completed, now it is pushing. So pushed, now it is okay. So Docker command has been executed as well as the container has been created. Okay. Now to access the application, what we can do, we can copy the IP address, paste it here in colon 8080 and click enter, and you can see the application is deployed now, and we can like play with it in whatever way we want. So this is interesting, and I hope this video was useful. You got to understand how you can build and push Docker images to Docker Hub repository. And if you are having like a paid pay as you go subscription for Azure, then you can create your ACR and push to it also. But here, as you see, the problem with free subscription, it's not at all working for me. Okay, so that's all for today, and hope you this video was useful for you. If it was, then give it a like. Also, if you are new on channel, make sure to subscribe. So thanks for watching.